But we have to go to the conservative mothership, the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org. They have their own commission, which is predicated on getting America back to work, the response to the coronavirus. The president of the Heritage Foundation, the amazing Kay Coles-James, is on the president's task force to reopen America, but Heritage's own commission has its new tranche of findings, and we have with us the vice president of the Heritage Foundation for Communications, Rob Bluey. Rob Bluey, welcome to our coronavirus special. Can you share with us some of the key findings from the Heritage Foundation's own commission that are just newly released?
That's right. Thank you, Seb, for having me back. Hugh, it is good to be with you. Thanks for doing this special hour-long program as well. It's really important that we get the information out there, and that's exactly what the National Coronavirus Recovery Commission is aiming to do. Public education is a big part of it, and we're focused on reopening our country, starting with states and local governments. That's where the decisions are going to be made. They're closest to the American people, and they're the ones who can make the best determination in their own areas about what can happen. What we're focused on right now is making sure that we're reopening businesses safely, but we're also doing things like pressing the government to reopen medical offices. Americans are not getting the preventative care that they need,
right,
and they need to start doing that, Seb.
No, absolutely, absolutely. The idea that we have in certain parts of the United States doctors, nurses who are being furloughed because the elective surgeries can't be done, and other areas that are hot zones would seem to make the argument that we need differentiation now. Anything else crucial you'd like to share with us from the latest findings from the Heritage Foundation?
We really think that it's important to get the government out of the way, and so we're recommending that President Trump do everything he can to fast-track, whether it's the FDA or the CDC, to make sure that we're getting into the hands of the American people the disinfectants, the therapeutics, the vaccines that they're going to need to care for themselves, and so we can safely reopen. So there's a lot that can be done at the federal level, but again, as I said, this commission is focused on all levels of government and what private sector and civil society can do. So there's a whole number of things when it comes to combating the misinformation coming out of China, a total of 179 recommendations so far. There's a lot to dig into. They're all available at coronaviruscommission.com.
That was going to be my last question to you. Coronaviruscommission.com, also heritage.org. Join that fabulous organization. Follow this man, Rob Bluey, on Twitter. Thank you, Rob, for joining us today.